What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we have a massive data mine leak for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's Indigo Disc DLC, and we're going to be discussing the 25 shiny legendary Pokemon that are going to be available to catch in the upcoming DLC, and there's a lot of them that were unfortunately left out, but I'm still hyped overall. And of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Now, this shiny legendary data mine began with Riddler Coup, and we covered this on the channel, and he said, "Are you ready?" And he showed off a shiny Spectre and a shiny Enamorus. Now we have an update on what the actual status is on getting shiny legendaries from past games in the Indigo Disc. So Riddler Coup said yesterday, "Oops, seems she didn't make it. According to a Chinese data miner, all 25 legendary static encounters got leaked." So shiny Enamorus is not coming to the Indigo Disc. This is going to stay as a shiny locked Pokemon, so we will not be able to enjoy this Pokemon for either one of its forms, which is pretty unfortunate because, you know, I don't like seeing legendary Pokemon being shiny locked, especially because it was from PLA, so this isn't even its first game. So that's a little bit disappointing that we unfortunately cannot get that, but that doesn't mean we can't get some of the other ones like Spectre. So this was the original post from the Chinese Riddler, and this is on Chinese social media here. And when we translate this message, we can see the 25 names of the Pokemon. So we're going to be getting the legendary birds, Moltres, Articuno, Zapdos. Does not mean that we're getting the Galarian forms. Those actually may be paywalled by the Sword and Shield DLC still. The legendary beasts at a Gen 2 beast, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Latios, Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, the Swords of Justice, so you know the Terrakion trio, nothing about Keldeo though, Zekrom, Reshiram, Kyurem, Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma, Kubfu, Spectre, and Glastrier. So that's going to be our 25 legendaries that we're going to be able to hunt in the Indigo's DLC. Now, I do want to say there's a lot of notable missing Pokemon. One, if you guys are paying attention, we just straight up skipped the Gen 6 legendaries. They're just not here at all. So for all the Gen 6 lovers, the Kalos lovers out there, RIP to you, because we went from Gen 5 to Gen 7 real quick on that list. Now, there's a couple of really cool things, though. This is the first time we'll ever be able to shiny hunt for Kubfu, Spectre, and Glastrier. However, Calyrax is paywalled by the Sword and Shield DLC. So if you want to get your shinies on that guy, unfortunately you can't. He's still shiny locked. And if you want to just have him in general, you're going to need to have the Sword and Shield DLC. So that is a little bit disappointing. Kubfu is really exciting to me though, because Urshifu is just an absolute beast in the VGC meta right now. And there's two forms of Urshifu as well. So that's going to be the one that you want to shiny hunt twice. So you have the single strike form and the rapid strike form as well. But overall, I'm not too surprised by this list. It's fairly simple. This is definitely less than the list that we saw for Sword and Shield though, because I believe in Dynamax Adventures, I believe there was 38 legendary Pokemon, including the Ultra Beasts in there, which technically aren't legendaries, but I'll count them for this argument. 38 there, and there's only 25 here, so that is definitely a significant drop off in post-game content. This person says, according to the Chinese social media, that's the content of these 25 static encounters. Note, this should include version exclusives, which means you shouldn't be able to catch all 25 in one version. Don't ask me how we catch the remaining legends. So looking back at this list here, looks like some of these are going to be version exclusive, which makes a lot of sense. And to me, I think the obvious ones are the legendary beasts from Gen 2 are going to be Pokemon Violet exclusives because we have the past Paradox versions of them in Scarlet. So it makes sense for those to be in Violet. You saw this with like Hydreigon being a Scarlet exclusive. However, Irjungulus ends up being a Violet exclusive there. And the same thing with Roaring Moon is a Scarlet exclusive, but Salamence is a Violet exclusive. So I can see the same thing here. So Swords of Justice should probably be, with the same logic, a Pokemon Scarlet exclusive here in that case. And they might split up a couple of the other Pokemon. I mean, the other ones like, you know, Solgaleo, Lunala could be easy split up. Kyogre, Groudon's an easy split up as well. Spectre, Glastrier would be an easy one. Zekrom, Reshiram, another easy split up. So we'll have to see, but I guarantee you it's going to be Swords of Justice and Legendary Beast being split up between the two different versions at the very least here, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. I do want to say, though, the Chinese order says there's going to be changes in the final version, so they could add more. We don't know for sure, but this is what we know is currently in the game, but they can always update this list to add or remove some more legendary Pokemon to it. So Riddler Koo then follows up and says, maybe it's not appropriate to call them static. All in all, they are the ones available catch in game without Pokemon Home or 7-star raids. So they're not actually static encounters, they're just legendaries you can catch in the game. So static encounters usually mean you can't shiny hunt them, but nothing says about these that we cannot shiny hunt these. Static is not the correct term. So what it says, like, to me, we're gonna get something like Terra Raid Adventures for the post-game content, is like similar to Dynamax Adventures in Sword and Shield, which makes a lot of sense. We saw that in the Part 2 DLC as well. I can see an exact same thing happening here too. And that's really nice. A lot of these Pokemon, you know, are very meta and competitive. So it is nice that you can just hunt them repeatedly. That's going to be really cool. And, you know, it's nice that they're not going to be locked behind 7-star raids. I mean, we did get the Mewtwo in a 7-star raid, and you notice how Mewtwo is not listed on that list. So it seems like some legendary Pokemon will only be via 7-star raids, and some are just going to be whatever this post-game content for the second DLC is, which is going to be rather interesting. So here's an infographic. Here's all the Pokemon we're looking at for the 25. And like I said, it's a little bit of a smaller list, and we know for a fact the Ultra Beasts are not coming at all to Scarlet and Violet, period. However, if we include all the data mine information we know with Pokemon Home and the second DLC, every legendary Pokemon will be obtainable via Pokemon Home in Scarlet and Violet besides the Ultra Beast. So no Ultra Beast for us, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess the Paradox Pokemon sort of fill that role in a way to Game Freak. Now, Riddler Koo tweeted out, what 7-star legendary raids are you looking forward to? And we didn't see Mewtwo on that list, but we did have a Mewtwo raid. So any legendary Pokemon that was not on that list does have a chance of being a 7-star Mightiest Mark raid. And of course, those raids have not been shiny yet. I would like them to have an option of being shiny. It'd be really fun if we can shiny hunt those raids, but I don't think that's going to be a possibility. But if they did Mewtwo, I can totally see them doing something like Zygarde as an example, or like Xerneas. You know, all those legendary Pokemon that weren't on the list can definitely make it here. And I think that's going to be the next year's content for 2024 for this game. I think we're going to have monthly 7-star raids focused on legendary Pokemon. Maybe the mythical Pokemon as well. We don't know. That would be really cool. They haven't mentioned any sort of mythical Pokemon. Hopefully they're not just locked to events, but that's most likely what's going to happen with them, which I do think is rather disappointing because there is a lot of mythical Pokemon and a lot of them are still shiny locked to this day. And it would have been a really cool opportunity to at least have mythical Pokemon in, at the very least, in this list of Pokemon right here, or maybe in the 7-star legendary raids. That would be really cool too, but I sort of doubt that's going to happen. But I think we're going to be getting a lot of news really soon and hopefully some more confirmations. And at this point, we're about 2 weeks away from the release of the DLC. So I'm suspecting we'll get a trailer sometime early next week to give us the lowdown of all the things that are going to be happening in this DLC. Hopefully, we do get Terra Raid Adventures because I'm very much looking forward to doing that with the Pan fam and the community here. Let me know in the comment section below, what legendary Pokemon are you excited about to shiny hunt in the upcoming DLC from this list right here? Personally, I always love shiny hunting the legendary beasts. They're like my favorite legendary Pokemon, but there's a bunch of other great ones as well. Of course, Hubfu, getting 2 Cubfus is gonna be really exciting. Spexure and Glastrier are gonna be really exciting because that'll be the first time to hunt those as well. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, like my videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.